All right, hello everyone, and thank you for watching Couch Conversations with Tia. Today is a very special day for me. I am sitting at Sisterhood Boutique with Miss Ziki, who I will be introducing in a second. It has been a little while since you all seen me, and I am back with some fresh material, and I'm excited for you to see and get to know the individuals I'll be interviewing. So moving forward, again, as I said, I have Ziki here. She is the co-founder and program specialist here at Sisterhood Boutique, and we are here to get to know her story and how they found it and are building this boutique. So come on in. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
I am nervous, as I was telling her before, so excuse me, you guys. She is a wonderful woman for what she's doing for the community here, and I think that it's very special what you are doing.
Thank you.
And I'm happy you are interviewing me today.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it really means a lot that you're in our space and being able to be on your show. So
Thank you.
Really privileged.
All right, so how about we start by you telling me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. As you said again, my name is Ziki Adam. I am 22 years old. Grew up in the Cedar Riverside community. For the past 5+ years, I've been involved with Sister Boutique as the co-founder as well as program specialist. What else? A lot about me, which really mainly involves with mentoring and being part of young people's life.
Okay. And you've been around for 5 years, that's correct?
I've been around for 5 years, yeah, 5+ years.
All right, so what was your mission when you first began this boutique?
I mean, to just begin with, having to grow up in a community, an East African community that's populated here in Cedar Riverside, there was a lack of opportunity that was for women, such as myself and my friends and many women that looked like me. Growing up here and being part of the Brian Coyle Community Center, it just felt like the opportunities were given to the men, to the boys. And a group of us, me and my friends, got together every Tuesday, and it got to the point where we said, enough is enough. Why are we sitting around and waiting for someone else to come who's outside of our community and help us and create those programs when we could do that for ourselves? And a couple months rolled in, working with Brian Coyle and our larger parent organization, Pillsbury United Community, we were able to create something positive that we're able to pass down to many young women in the community. That's how Sisterhood, we were actually, our organization was actually called Sisterhood of Traveling Scarf, reference the Sisterhood of Traveling Pants.
I love that movie.
So wanting to offer opportunity from college, career, and financial literacy, we thought about what's one way that young folks could work, get money, and learn more about the environment and sustainability. And that was opening a boutique store. And we love clothes, we love fashion. Why not be able to sell it in cheaper ways? So we opened our boutique, it's a retail store. Yeah.
All right, so is it true that everything in here is under $12?
Yes. Everything in here is under $12. We actually have a $2 room as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, special perks. So anything in that room is $12. And we know what it really means to be able to afford clothing. We are right across from Augsburg University and University of Minnesota. So I'm a college student myself, and I know how important it is to have enough income to be able to go to school, pay for your tuition, as well as be independent. So and again, it's retail. We are talking about environmental justice and being able to reuse and recycle clothing.
That is amazing. So if you are in the area, we are in South Minneapolis. Please come and get some $12 clothing, okay? I didn't know anything about this, so when I did, I came and got some clothes.
Definitely.
So being 22 and a co-founder of an up-and-coming amazing boutique, what challenges do you face with that?
Nonprofit. So we are a nonprofit youth social enterprise. Nonprofit is tricky. It's a tricky world. Always being able to find fundings, applying for donations, and being able to run the store and have it open, and always thinking about ways in funding our interns that go through our program. So to be more specific with what we do here, we host an internship programming as well as after school program that we work with a grant called 21st Century.
Okay.
So going into high schools such as Wilson and Washburn High School, creating that the curriculums that we've created here, implementing it in their own space. So it's more of a creating a safe space for young women.
Okay.
So it's always tricky being able to have it in the back of your mind. Do I have enough funding to add more hours for our students, for our interns, for our youth? So.
Okay, so if someone wanted to donate, where would they go to do that?
There are many ways to donate, either clothing, because any proceeds from the boutique goes in helping from the program, our youth programming, as well as donation that, again, could go into helping our youth programming.
So as you all can see, that philanthropy is not just giving your money. You can also come and give clothing or whatever you can here. They also accept jewelry and scarves, as she said. So that is wonderful, and we appreciate the opportunity to be able to give if you don't have money to give.
Yeah.
So you've been around for 5 years. What has led the boutique to thrive? Like, what's been your, like, oh my God, this is working for us?
I would say the stories and the impact that we're leaving. It was a bit of a challenge at the beginning to be able to start our organizations because we are a couple of blocks away from the Cedar side of the community. Gaining that trust of the parents, having to allow your daughter to walk a couple blocks away from her home, you know. I think just with more of engaging parents with what we do here, and just I think the impact of like the mentorship and peer-to-peer opportunities and resources that we're providing, as the more years that we went on, I think parents were able to trust us, as well as building that relationship that really lasts forever.
Right.
So we have interns that went through our program who are alumni that always come back. So it's that long-lasting impact that really leaves.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that relationship building aspect is something that's really important. Do you find that people who have built relationships with this boutique come back and be mentors to the younger women who are participating in this program?
Yeah. Just within our program, we have a leadership action called Ladder to Leadership.
I'm sorry?
Which, Ladder to Leadership.
Ladder to Leadership. Okay.
Giving opportunities to our interns who start off from an intern position and build their way up from being an intern, store manager, and eventually being able to take over, you know, either it's me or my other coworker. And also creating a space for them to pass the same knowledge and opportunity and mentorship that were given to them, the younger generation, whether it's their younger siblings or their friends.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you advertise and market to the younger generation? Because I know, like, if I went to my cousin's school, like, a lot of times some of the children don't want to participate in programs. They like the games and partying and stuff because that's what's, like, new now. How do you get them to want to come and be a part of such an amazing organization?
I mean, with recruitments, it's always difficult, but I think it's more about, again, the impact that you're leaving, right? Every intern or youth that go through our program has a different experience. And it's word by mouth. Nowadays, that's how we get recruitment, as well as social media, Facebook, and Instagram. But I think it's the impact that leaves, and young girls are able to share the memorable time that they had here to their friends at school, and that's seriously how we get recruitments, and it really is exciting, and again, a privilege for me to know that our program does have that much of an impact on their lives.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, when I was growing up, we didn't have programs like this where you can go and work, and you be a part of like a big group that actually helps you, and if you have clothes, you know, that you can get while you're working. To be able to go out into the world with that mentorship and being like, you know, I'm a part of this women's group, and it's, you know, very strong, and you're actually learning something. So I think that for a community of women of color, it is amazing to see you guys doing such amazing work.
Thank you.
So one question I do want to ask is, do you guys have the same what do I want to say? Do you guys have the same support that you had when you first started versus now, or do you feel like it has fell off a little bit?
We do. I mean, one of the main reasons again why we started is we needed that support, and it wasn't being given to us. And where we went as to the measure of like us having to really push the norms of how women aren't getting the opportunities. There's a quite shift and different of how the partnership that we're getting from the community compared to before.
Okay.
And it's all about building that relationship with outsiders. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
So being able to build that relationship with, again, we are right in the center of big facilities, Augsburg, Fairview, and the University of Minnesota. So I think being able to build relationship really helps us in growing as an organization. Yeah.
That is wonderful. So there are some things that you have that you want to show.
Definitely.
So let's see what you have.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are more to Sisterhood Boutique. We have our larger programming is during the summer.
Okay.
Where we work with Step Up Twin City program.
Oh, yeah.
Where we host about 15 to 18 young girls to be placed here and learning more about, again, college, career, and financial literacy.
Okay.
Because for 99% of the girls that go through our program, this is their first job.
Wow.
For me, this was my first job, and I'm still here. You know,
Nice.
kind of getting that experience for them to know that once they're done with sisterhood, the door is always open. But knowing that there's so many opportunities outside.
Right.
So working with Step Up, as well as we another curriculum that we implement is the Boundary Water, and then the fashion show. So we have the 3 E's that we follow here. So it's explore, express, and educate. So educate would be the curriculums that we implement here with customer service, register handling, and financial literacy. And the explore part is the Boundary Water that every summer, once they're done with their Step Up programming, we take them to the Boundary Water for a week, away from whatever's happening around, away from social media, their phone, technology, just for them to be able to learn more about themselves as a woman and as just young adults.
Wow.
And the other one is the fashion show, the express part. With the boutique, obviously, we have to host a fashion show. So that's a whole different curriculums that youth are able to express and learn, event planning and all of that. So for the past 5 years, we have been planning our fashion show. And for 2020, we are actually planning it again.
Okay.
It will be on my birthday, my 23rd birthday, April 21st.
Oh, that's right around the corner.
Yes, right around the corner. We have 90 days. I'm counting on the days. Definitely have to do that. So we're always thinking about ways of fundraising for our fashion show. So last year, we created our protest t-shirts, which, so we had actually 4 of them. One says, I'm an immigrant. And then our tagline is, we are sisterhood. And then the other one says, enough is enough, about gun violence. The third one, actually I have 2 of them for immigrant.
Whole one?
But, and then, this is the same as that, so that's fine. And then we had one that said, love is love. And then this is what a feminist looks like. Apparently we're done with that because, you know, feminism, definitely. So we were able to sell these shirts as a fundraiser to be able to help our programming, obviously. And then this past year, we went as well as creating a poster. So we went through development with rebranding, and we went a bit colorful because we are youth programming. So we were selling these as part of our fundraising again for 2019's fashion show. So eventually the tagline that we went with after our rebranding was wrapping women in confidence, referencing to, you know, we are a nonprofit that's was created by East Africans, but we're more than that. But I really love that tagline.
Wow.
And we had a couple of posters that were women in power, and yeah, many more. But so definitely, we still have it in our store. So if you wanna look at me plugging it in.
That's nice. I really like them. Those are really
you.
good.
They're really I think it's all about that, being able to create partnership.
Right.
So we worked with Augsburg's design agency to actually help us create the logo, and they were actually the original group that helped us when Sisterhood first started.
Augsburg, what a great place.
Thank you, Augsburg. I mean, should we give a tour?
Yeah, we can.
Actually, when Sisterhood first opened, we were open right across, a couple blocks down, at this the African Development Center. So we had it in a very small room. Imagine fitting so many racks and so many interns to be able to work from there.
Right.
But again, with good relationship and partnership, we were able to get this space donated to us.
Wow.
You know, we are a great we have a great relationship with Augsburg's president as well as Fairview. So this place was Sisterhood's.
It's right in the middle.
It's right in the middle. We are really fortunate enough for that to happen for us. Again, everything is under $12.
So this
Plug,
is like
plug,
dress
plug,
rack
plug.
here.
This is the dress rack.
Okay.
Most of our clothing are donated, and we do have a great partnership with an organization called Dress for Success. Really helps us in freshening our sale floor up, as well as so simple for our customers and anyone who is has a great relationship with Sisterhood to donate. You just come, drop off your donations, and you'll probably see your outfit on the sale floor within a couple of days.
Nice. So with Dress for Success, you guys come in and you help them pick out different clothing and things like that? So
Dress for Success is they have their annual sale for private clients, and whatever items of clothing that's left over from their sale, we're able to go in there and pick up as many as we can.
Nice.
And it really makes our place really beautiful.
So what do we have here on this
We
table?
have jewelry. So again, everything is under 12. This is earrings, rings. The prices really do vary, as well as scarves. We're actually going through a renovation. So actually, a group called the American Refugee Committee that came and helped us redesign the place, giving us a fresh new paint, new racks. And this year, working with Augsburg's design agency, they're helping us in helping us in creating more fresher look into the space, as well as the posters and the new logos that we went through earlier, bringing those color into the space.
Okay.
Yes. $2 room. So, this is a $2 room. So anything that's been on the sale floor for a little bit longer that people aren't buying, what we do is bring it in here for a lower price, more affordable. Great quality of items of clothing, definitely. So it kind of like, instead of having to get rid of the clothes, we were able to sell it for cheap, lower pricing than normal. So
This is amazing. It really is.
I'm sure you're gonna shop in here, right?
Yeah, I have. I've bought a coat out of here that was really nice. Yes.
And then this is where our jewelry sections are. We have a variety of necklaces and bracelets that we've gone from Dress for Success, and just donations as well as our customers donating. We have a scarf rack here, variety of colors.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is really nice.
Again, all of these items are affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, this is nice. And then we can go in here as well.
In here? Or in here?
Yeah. Which this is our dressing room. You know, turn the light on so it looks so much brighter. brighter. So this is our officially, this used to be our kind of room, that storage room, where we would go through items of clothing, but eventually designed it in here to be to dressing room. So it's much more, gives customers.
Every time I go in a room, I'm gonna pick up
That's awesome. This one, another pink one too. Yeah. And then this is where the magic happens. All the magic happens in here. Yes. And then again, another different type of magic that happens in here. Everything that on the wall is all of our fashion show planning. Again, we have 90 days, so be there. Yeah, we host all of our meetings and curriculums implementation in this room with all of our youth.
It looks like a lot of work is being done in
It's
here.
been,
like,
we've had a sewing program, we've had so many things happen.
it looks very progressive with
It
all the
does.
stuff on the wall. This is nice.
It does, definitely. Yeah.
What's this rack over here? It's just like
So these racks of clothing are any item of clothing on the sale floor that's, if there's any space opening, we're just able to go fill them up.
okay.
And our interns are able to go through new donations that we get and leave them on this rack, so it's much easier after doing the sorting and keeping the tracks of items of clothing that we get donated. Inventories, yeah.
Okay. So what would you say the hardest part about this job is?
Hardest part about this job, let's see, I would say it's the hardest as well as the easiest part is always meeting new interns, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see and meet different types of young girls coming in. Either they're really closed off and not ready to open up, or there's some who are coming in with this whole light.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, this is their first opportunity.
Right.
They're looking for a job, they're looking for a support, they're looking for someone that could really help them.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to be able to play the two cards hat, where I will be your friend as well as I'll be your mentor and I will be your supervisor as well. So it's kind of like being able to balance between those three hats actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So is there anything else that you would like for everyone to know?
For anyone to know, I would say we do have a lot of traffic story to be able to be shared and heard around the world. I actually went to Ireland in December, beginning of December, being part of the professional exchange program. I was invited through the Department of State to learn more about youth programming abroad. It really gave me an opportunity and a privilege to share my story as well as sisterhood story in a more broader term. And my goal for 2020 is being able to do that here in Minnesota and in America, because I know that there are many communities with similar stories of young women that living in that community. So I think the more young people are standing up and sharing their stories as well as struggles that they're facing, I think the more that we could do so much in the world.
You guys, I am standing in the holy grail of fashion right now in terms of affordable clothing and being in a community that is amazing for such a business to have here in an organization. I think that if you are a young woman, an older woman, or any woman Give your time, give your donations, be it clothing, money, and help out this great organization. I think that is really important that we support one another. Sisterhood Boutique. So here you go. Here. You can also visit them on Facebook at Sisterhood Boutique.
As well as Instagram, Sisterhood MN.
Sisterhood MN. And you know, for me, it is Couch Conversations with Tia. I am Tia, and I am flying out.